Hello, my friends. It's Julie, or Jules Caldwell, as my friends call me, from Country Jewel Retreats and Conferences. So great to see you again today. I'm super excited to be here with yet another amazing woman that has been in my life, ebbing and flowing in and out over the last many years.
Yeah.
Introducing Agnes Appiah. Agnes, so glad to have you here tonight.
I'm so honored. I'm so honored and also glad to be here.
We're so glad to have you join us tonight. And for those of you who are just joining, Agnes is one of the 5 women that will be a part of the Beautiful Voices panel discussion at the Ignite 22 conference that'll be held on Thursday, September 15th at the Infinity
Mhm.
Convention Center. And one of the things that I'm doing is just taking some time to introduce each of the amazing women who are going to be on the panel. And one of the things that I love about all of these women is that we're all just women trying to do life. And,
Yes.
listening to ourselves. And just before we went live, Agnes said to me, she said, it's just about trusting our magic. And I wrote that down, Agnes, because I thought, yeah, trusting our magic, because
Yeah.
we are amazing creatures. We are amazing human beings. And
Yes.
we don't trust ourselves enough, right?
Not enough at
No.
all.
All right. Before I
Mm.
get like way too deep into things here, let's start off with who's Agnes? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh my goodness. A little bit.
Not so much that we give it all away for the
Give it
conference.
okay.
Yeah.
Let me see what angle I could take this from. I would say I am a messenger.
Mm.
This is something that was actually just kind of affirmed to me like recently. I was having a conversation with a friend and I was like, where do you see me? What do you see when you see me?
Mm.
And she's like, a messenger. It's a he, sorry. He's
Yeah.
like, you're a messenger. And I was like, yeah, I felt that message within my spirit already in the past.
Yeah.
But now I think I'm at a place where I understand it, simply because I have gone through the highs and the lows of life. And the experiences that I've had in life for me allows me to share it with others,
Mm.
and show them my message. This message of never giving up. This message of
Yeah.
like keep pressing on, keep pushing forward. Life sometimes will hit us with like some of the worst things ever,
Yeah.
but the minute that we show up for ourselves and we understand who we are and we understand that there is so much more than those few minutes of like darkness,
Mm-hmm.
then yes, we rise to the occasion and we fly. So Agnes in all of her glory is a messenger.
Oh, so beautiful, my friend. I love how you just described that. And I love how you talked about the fact that, even in our darkest moments, it's about showing up for ourselves. And I
Yes.
know for myself personally, I mean, I know a little bit about your story, and we might hear a bit more about that at the conference.
Yes.
But I know even for myself, in my darkest of moments where I thought, oh my gosh, how could it get any worse? I think the thing I took away the most from it was about not giving up on myself and holding on. And, yeah, it's tough, but so worth it when we learn to trust our magic.
Yes. Yes. I love the fact that you said not giving up. And it's really about not giving up on us. Like
Yes. Yeah,
we forget it's literally all about us at the
it
end of the
is.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, and I find that interesting because often, well, I don't know about you, but I have perceived from society sometimes that it's selfish to think about me. And
Sadly.
there came a point, fairly recently in my life where I'm like, I'm so tired of worrying about what everybody else thinks about me. I'd lost myself in the midst of it
Yes.
all, and it's not until I stop and take a moment to, and not even be selfish, to love on myself and to realize that I am valuable and I'm important, and we all have a place in this world, and we're all meant to, to pursue that in some way, shape, or form.
That's right.
That's when I was really set free to start living the life I knew I was supposed to live.
That's right. That's so true. And something really quick from what you just said, Susan Hart, which is one of the speakers, actually shared something a few years ago with a group of us, and it was about that topic about selfishness. You know, especially as a mother, as a wife, a lot of times we feel like when we need to take care of ourselves, it's selfish. But she said it's not selfishness, but it's selflessness.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay to be selfless.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to add that when you mentioned that, I remember that that time when she shared that quote. So yeah.
Yeah. Always words of wisdom coming from Suzanne for sure.
Oh yeah.
So, Agnes, back in 2016, our paths crossed. We had the great opportunity to be invited to, I'll say, share the stage with Lisa Nichols when she was here
Yes.
for a Roar Canada event.
Yes.
And, you know, I think back to our time when we first met then and the stories we shared at that point in time. And I think we've both overcome some pretty amazing and, you know, tough challenges
Yes.
since that point in time. And we've
Indeed.
been presented with opportunities as well.
Yes.
So, you know, thinking back from then, how is your vision from where for where you see yourself moving? How has it changed, if at all, since that point in time?
Oh my goodness. Ugh. My vision has changed. I don't want to say like drastically, but it has definitely changed.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a background. When was first on stage, when we were all on stage,
Yeah.
I started off with this brand. You know, I was branding myself as I'm a success.
Mm-hmm.
And branding myself as that, it's a super long story, but I wanted to convince myself that I was a success. So
Mm.
that name, Amma, is also part of my name. So, you know, put it together, it sounds like I'm a success.
Yeah.
That was really what it was, you know. So it was more of a convincing. And right now I'm at a totally different stage in my life where I realize that, and I'm also rebranding.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I realize that I'm no longer trying to convince myself that I am a success. Like it is my
Yeah.
sole right to be a success. I was born into success, right? So and one of the my tagline was refuse to be defeated, leave a legacy. And I was
Oh.
thinking about that today, and I told you I had an aha moment this
Mm-hmm.
morning actually concerning my branding, and it's like it's no longer about leaving a legacy, but living the legacy. So
Yes.
I think that's where I'm at when I look at where I was and where I am. Where I was really I had more of the eyes of like I was a failure, I was this, I was that, but now I'm a success. But now I see my story as a story of triumph, and
Yes.
that's it.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
love the.
yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just don't no longer wanna focus on I focus so much on the negative, on the failure aspect,
Yeah.
that right now I'm like, "No, this is a story of triumph." However and whoever wants to see it the way they wanna see it, that's
Yeah.
on them, but I am triumphant in all things.
Yes,
Yeah.
love it. Speak in my
Yeah.
language. And I love that
Yes.
you talked about legacy as well. I was reading a book, or I am in the middle of reading a book called Everyday Legacy, and
Mm.
it's somebody who works in a funeral home. And of course, would always just hear the families talk about the legacy after the fact from people who'd passed away. And he was like, no, we should be living our legacy every
Yes.
day.
Every
And so I love that you just shared that because
every
that's
day.
something for myself that I'm coming to that same realization is we are here for a reason and a purpose. We have gifts, we have skills, we have talents, and we're supposed to have impact in what we do every day.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
we are. And it's about living in the present, you
yeah,
know, living in the now and the today and the right here.
yeah.
And I think for me, that was something that I've always struggled with and I didn't understand. looking back in 2016, we definitely had a great opportunity to be on stage with Lisa Nichols. Like, who doesn't want to be on stage with this
Right?
wonderful woman, right?
Oh,
And there were opportunities that were coming my way, but instead of running towards it, I
yeah.
literally like shut myself away.
Yeah.
And then I tried to kind of rebuild myself again, and I think it just wasn't time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. We have such similar journeys, and I love that we've stayed connected since that period of
Yeah,
time, and we're back
absolutely.
together here now. And so I don't want to give too much away about what we're going to share at the conference, but maybe we can talk about. So you've got a couple of different titles you go with, or you say a podcaster, special events MC, aspiring social entrepreneur. What does that
Yes. Yes. So this is a term that I recently discovered. um, I'm in this project, this book project called the Aspire series
mean?
by a woman called Michelle Gardner. And I had a one on one with her. And I was sharing my vision, what I want to do and create and put out there in the world. And I can't give too much details as to what it is because it's still a baby, So I'm
Yeah,
gonna protect my baby for now.
love it.
So while I was sharing with her, she tells me, "Oh, okay. So what it is a social." She said, "So you want to build a social enterprise?" And I was like, "What's that?" you know. So basically, in a nutshell, what it is that it is building a business. Like there's a type of business that I want to build, and the profits, or I guess either the profit or the group of people that I'll be working with will
The
be
impact.
who I'll be giving back to.
Love it.
So it's more of like you're giving back, but at the same time, you're also running a business at the same
Building
time,
something that
building
is bringing
something.
impact. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's really exactly about bringing impact and also trying to help this world with social change and all of that stuff. So in a little simple way of explaining it, that's really what it is. Yeah.
I love it. And that was an awesome, just like, okay, we now have to stay tuned and see where you go with that. And can't
Stay
wait for
tuned.
it to become birthed
Yes.
into what you want it
Yes.
to be, its vision.
Yes. Definitely.
Well,
Yeah.
listen, I don't want to keep you too long, and
Um,
but I really wanted people to just get a sense of who you are and your spirit, and what they can expect from the conference. So maybe before we wrap up,
mhm.
could you maybe share with us a piece of wisdom with the women who are thinking about coming to Ignite 2022 about why
Mm,
your story matters and how it might help them to ignite their own vision, whatever that might be?
mm. What's coming to mind is you're not alone.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna try to not get emotional, but for some reason I'm getting emotional. I find that a lot of times, men and women, humans, we feel alone. There's
Yeah.
so much loneliness in this world.
Yeah.
We experience things that sometimes we're so scared to share. We're so
Mhm.
afraid to share. I was actually listening to a podcast. I forgot. I forgot the School of Greatness. I forgot his name. The man behind the School of Greatness. He was the one being interviewed, and he shared his story. And he was sadly abused when he was younger, and it affected him. And it came to a point where he knew that he needed to share his story, but he was so afraid
Mhm.
to be judged, so afraid to be condemned. But he went ahead. I think he either wrote a book or he shared his abuse, and so many other men showed up and said, "Me too."
Wow.
That Me Too thing with women that were abused, like literally, the
Yeah.
man showed up and said, "Me too."
Yeah.
So that's what it's really all about, this conference, is to show you that you are not alone. Whatever
Yeah.
experiences that you've had, someone in that room on that stage has had it. And even if
Yeah.
she has not had it, she probably knows somebody that has had it.
Yeah.
So that's the thought that came to me when you asked me that question. You're not alone. So
Yeah.
through hearing other people's stories, it ignites something within you because it tells you, whoa, if this person was able to conquer this, then I can too.
Yeah.
I can too. So you can, you can. And so just come and join us. Come and join us. I know it's going to be an amazing day. I'm super excited to connect with all the different women that will be there. So yeah, that's all I could say.
Ah, wow. Like I couldn't think of any better way to sort of, share some parting words of wisdom. And thank you for, sharing that. It's, you're not alone. Because really that at the core for me is, I think there were moments where I was feeling like I was alone. And then it was like I started to listen to other women and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not alone. And if they can do it, so can I. And that's what I want the women who come to Ignite 2022 to feel is they're not alone. And, we've been there. We might not have walked in your shoes exactly, but we've been there and we're with you and linking arms and just,
Yes,
building community to support each other to bring impact in the world.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Wow.
Can't wait.
Well, my friend, thank you so much for joining me this evening. And it's such a pleasure to have this opportunity to chat with you tonight. And I
Same
look
here.
forward to having you on stage with us on September 15th and with us
Yeah.
for the day. For those of you who have not yet got your tickets, get out there and get them. As my
Get
kids
your
would say,
ticket.
yeah, 3 more sleeps to go before the early bird deadline on August 31st on Wednesday. And then after that, we'll still have tickets available till September 12th or until we sell out, whichever comes first. So make sure you
You're
get
gonna
out there.
sell out.
We're going to sell out. I love it. It's going to be an amazing day. And so, Agnes, thank you so very much for joining me today. And
Thanks for having
everyone,
me.
in living and loving the life we live, let's not give up. We're not alone. Let's do this together. All right.
Yes.
See you next time, my friends.
Take care.